well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. I'm your host, Mike Barra, in freezing cold Las Vegas. Well, it's not freezing, but it's 43. It's damn cold. Las Vegas, Nevada, joined here on this Monday morning News and Jentel show, as I almost always am, except on holidays, by the lovely lady with the lustrous hair, my lovely fetching co-host, Jennifer Falah in Hayden, Idaho. Jen, how are you today?
Great, doing good.
Doing good. And I was teasing Jen earlier about her pale vampiric tone, and she got mad at me for that. But we got to get you. We got to get
Vegas with all the sun is making fun of me up here in the Northwest.
We got to get you some a warmer ring light so we can put a little more color in your face, just because
You get what you get, bud. Let's do
it. You got that blonde alabaster Nordic goddess thing going, and it's like okay.
I don't tell you.
It's okay, but life could be worse. All right. As usual, we have to wait for the people to catch up over on the YouTube side of the house. Meanwhile, we'll just say hi to everybody, and then we'll do a quick sponsorship thing so we can get that out of the way. And just say hi to everybody. Kathy Holland, Gina, Mr. GC, Baja Girl, Rick Norman, Libby on the label is here. Carla Marie's here. So many people are in need. We know that. Our Sassy's here. Promise Maga says, we got power back last night. Washington 6 days out and the trampoline is still in the tree. Well, if it was me, it was going to stay there for a while if it was me. That was my house. Happy Thanksgiving week to everybody. All right. Okay, guys, I think what we'll do, just while we wait for the YouTube people to get caught up, because I think over on Rumble, we're already doing pretty well. Where are we on Rumble? Yeah, we're all caught up on Rumble. We got a good audience there, but we got to kill a little time while we wait for the YouTube people because of the new system on Restream, they don't get notified until we actually go on the air. They usually used to get notified like 30 minutes before that the live stream was coming up. So, should you miss any shows, you can always go to MikeBarra.blogspot.com, where you can pick up all kinds of really super cool stuff from me. Interviews, lectures that I do, articles I've written about the fact that pareidolia doesn't really exist, previous shows, the Friday night shows on Toxically Masculine Tuesday, Calvine UFO photo, where I solve that long-standing UFO mystery and explain to you that it is just the peak of a mountain sticking through the clouds. Interviews with people like the lovely Marina Sarin, Jen's shows, lots of cool stuff, and always there on MikeBarra.blogspot.com. You can go there to pick up any of those things. You can pick up my books, my DVDs, all kinds of stuff, and that links directly through to the Rumble channel, which is going to get a little bit crazy here. Here's the Rumble channel. It is a Real News Live with Mike and Jen. You go on there, hit the little like button to like our video, and that way it gets in front of more people. You can also follow us. We want you to follow us on Real News Live with Mike and Jen. Jen, we've got about 3,640 members now. We used to have over 4,100 on Real News Live, which was the account, not the channel. It's complicated, but you can also hit the subscribe button in the lower right corner where Jen is actually blocking right now. Let me just do this. You can hit that subscribe button in the lower right corner and subscribe to the channel for a mere $5 a month. It's the best way to support the show, and we appreciate it when you do that. Also, please do not forget to visit our wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus, at thecbdgurus.com, where you can pick up all kinds of absolutely wonderful, amazing, healthy CBD products for your health. Hit the wholesale tab, slide down to Mike B Wholesale, type in the discount code ALIEN, all lowercase, no S, just ALIEN lowercase. Hit the enter button, and you can pick up this week's special, which involve, hey, guess what? No discounts available, but we're heavy on the currency this week, starting November 22nd, There's all kinds of cool discounts and all the products that are on sale this week at the wholesale price. The lotion, the pain cream, the pain freeze roll on. I've got to get some of that. I got a bad shoulder. The Miracle Gold gummies, the pet treats, the CBD Guru stuff. And guys, I think, Jen, I don't know if we're doing a show Wednesday. If we are, huh?
No.
Oh, because I was going to give away a bunch of stuff on Wednesday.
Well, you don't have to prepare a giant meal for everybody and their mother, so I do.
Okay, well, I guess we will give these away between Christmas and Thanksgiving and Christmas. So, because I wanted to say something about Matt, but I'll say it in a minute. Okay. Also, please do not forget to visit our other wonderful sponsors, Mike Barra Pets. Well, Diana over there at Mike Barra Pets, you can reach her at mikebarrapets@gmail.com. Again, has all kinds of cool, healthy mushroom-based products for your doggies and your kitties and yourself and your horses. And they're all based on Coriolis versicolor and reishi mushrooms and natural whole foods. They're great, wonderful products to get your pets feeling their best, acting their best. I mean, again, if you hit the shop now button, you can slide on in there and pick up all kinds of cool stuff. I got Barkley on the Mojos and the Mush Puppies and the Mush Puppies Plus. They're phenomenal. He's moving around like a puppy. I tell people he's 11 years old. They can't believe it. There's the super sauce for the dogs and the cats, pet balm for any little nuggies or hot spots they have. Chill Doggies is a new product, really good to calm your doggy down if there's fireworks or things going on that upset them. The Mush Ponies for the horses, and a whole line of mushroom-based health products for your immune system, for the Enforce Clarity for your brain, Enforce Restore for your organs, Enforce Shield, Enforce Gummies, all kinds of stuff. They got coffee, they got chocolates, they got starter packs. It's a whole bunch of stuff. Really, really cool. They've got a Coriolis Creek Christmas blend coffee right now, all with these mushroom supplements in them. They will make you feel great. And again, if you have any questions about your health or the health of any of your pets, any of your fur babies, it's mikebarrapets@gmail.com. Diana is a certified pet nutritionist, and she will help you out. Also, please don't forget, we have the ACN line of companies primarily focused on impact health sharing. This replaces your health insurance. It works great if you own a small business and have a few employees. It works great for you. It's health insurance. If you're paying out of your pocket, it's health insurance at about 1/3 the cost of Blue Cross Blue Shield and those plans. And it covers more. It pays less. It costs you less. It pays your doctors more. It's an amazing product. I'm really happy to be partnered with them. Link in the description on that one. Also, please do not forget that crypto is going to be a subject today. You can always pick up a Ledger Nano hardware wallet. Again, link in the description. A great place to store your cryptos. I've got all mine. Well, not all, but most of mine on one of these Ledger Nano S Plus wallets. And guess what? Pick one up through the link in the description. You get $10 of free Bitcoin. I get $10 of free Bitcoin. Everybody wins. Okay, Jen, why don't you tell us what's going on over at jenniferfala.com this Thanksgiving week?
Well, we have all of our gift cards up for the season. You can purchase them. You can use the love button right there to combine for multiple purchases and just enter the amount. Everybody has to email me after to receive classes, to receive gift cards, to schedule, to give me information for healings. But this is the easiest way you can send a gift. It is a picture. You purchase it. I send it to you and put a special number on it.
Has a little number, yep.
Yes, and you send it to anyone you like, anywhere in the world, and it's just like sending a picture. And then you're done. They send it back to me. The instructions are on the card, and they schedule with me. Right now, I have a Telegram only or listener viewers only deal for Black Friday. It is the interdimensional and meditation classes that are regularly $444 for $159. You can get them now. That sale will be on from now and it will end last day to get it is the 1st. So we're going to run it all week and through the weekend. But if you've been waiting for a low price to get these classes, what is it, Mike? It's like 9 video classes. It's over 20 hours of content for you to watch.
Yeah, it's
and
tons.
Learn. Yeah, and you can do it. You can get them today, and I will send them out tonight. I will be checking each night who purchases them, and I will send them out in the evening. But you have to email me so that I have the correct email address. Otherwise, it's going to go to your PayPal address. But just email me so I know for sure.
All right. So $159.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that deal is up on Telegram with the link to buy, or you can just go to jenniferfalaw.com, put $159 into the love button. That's what you have to use, the donation button. Send me an email, say I got the classes. Send them to this email.
Okay.
Or I can make you a gift card. If you know somebody else who wants the classes, or you know several people who want the classes, pick them up now. I'll make you a gift card. I'll send you that. You can give somebody that for Christmas.
All right. That is what is happening over at jenniferfalaw.com right now. I wonder, guys, let us know if you like the format better where we do that stuff at the beginning. If you're watching on replay, you can just skip right over it. I wish you wouldn't, but go ahead and skip right over it. Okay, I have something personal to say, and I'm engaged. No, I'm just kidding. I'm engaged to Marina. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. I have something personal to say, and then I have a shit ton of news. So if you're here for the Jentel, you're going to have to wait because there's a lot of news to put out first. The personal thing is, I wish you guys would go support all of the sponsors. They're all wonderful people, including Jen. Support Jen if you can. Mike Barra Pets, Diane is wonderful. But I want to tell you, Matt Johnson over at the CBD Gurus is a phenomenal human being at a level that I can't even tell you. I can't even put into words what a great human being this guy is. What a great guy he is. And I hope you're watching, Matt, because I love you. No homo. I do. I love you. And sorry. And I think I put a message on Telegram on Friday or something. And when I was growing up, I didn't have any friends to speak of. I had Dave, my twin, but twins are competitive and backstabbing. That's not like really having a friend. It's a friend in many ways, but it's not a friend in other ways when you're growing up. And I had a couple of high school buddies that are buddies. Kurt, Bob less so now, but Kurt's still a good buddy, but not real friends. When I grew up and I moved and I got divorced and everything, when I got divorced, I realized one of the things why I wanted to get divorced is when I moved to LA, I realized I didn't have any friends. They were all her friends. She had systematically pushed all of my friends out of my life. And they weren't super close friends anyway. I've never really had any because I'm different. I'm different. I don't fit in. And then I got divorced and I was on my own, and Sherry has been wonderful to me, and I owe her a lot. When this happens, I'm going to make sure she gets taken care of for the rest of her life. She was a wonderful person to me when I lived in LA. And then I realized that since about 2010, since I wrote a book called The Choice, actually, but about 2010, I've started to get real friends. I have the mechanic, whose name I cannot tell you, but who has done many, many things for me he didn't need to do, and would do other things for me if I asked, like kill people. But I've asked him not to do that ever. He is a true friend. And Steve Doran, who I met on the set of a Bermuda Triangle show that neither one of us got hired for, is a true friend. I feel like if I lost everything and had no place to go, Steve would say, come hang out with me on my ranch. Steve's a real friend. And Mark Z, who I've only really known for a couple, 3 years, has done some things that you don't know about to help me that he didn't need to do. But he did because of who he is as a person. And Matt Johnson, from CBD Gurus, who's an amazing person. And now Diana, who does things for me that she doesn't need to do, Mike Barapets, and Jim and Regina Mitchell, who are wonderful folks. And Jen, I consider you a friend.
Oh, well, thank you.
And if there's anybody I've forgotten, I didn't mean to forget you, but I realized, I've never had any male friends, really, that were real friends, and now I've got 4 or 5, and that's even people like Blake are friends, and Brian a little bit, but really have friends for the first time in my life. And so on Thursday, I'm not even going to need to think about what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for those guys. And I don't know why it's taken so long in my life, but I have people that do things for me that I don't want to say I don't deserve them, because everybody deserves friends like this. But I am blessed to have so many incredible human beings around me, male and female, but I'm especially grateful for the guy friends. And Dave too. So
yeah, Dave.
Dave's my brother.
That was beautiful.
Dave's my brother. It's different.
Very proud of you.
So, all right. So that's what I'm going to be thankful for on Thursday when I go to Jim and Regina's, and Regina's going to. All right. News, guys. I know you're here for the news. I know you're here for the information. I have so much. I just got to get it all organized in my head. Okay. Jen told you that you would see changes in the rate of the Indonesian rupiah and the Vietnamese dong. That happened this weekend. On certain sites, investors.com, I think it was investors.com, and another one, the Vietnamese dong rate suddenly showed up as 39 cents. And it was not 39 cents with the +5 at the end of it. It was just 39 cents. The Indonesian rupiah showed up at 6 cents. These are both fractions of a penny before this, thousandths. This is the second time it's happened now with the dong and the rupiah. I don't know that the rupiah was looked at 2 weekends ago, a week ago, but it was this weekend because Jen put it on our radar on Monday with her Jentel, and it happened. And I don't know if those are tests or not. Maybe we can ask the angels later when we get to questions and answers, but that is an indication rates are changing. Now, why do they do this? They did this because they are getting ready to revalue the currencies. And I believe some people were trading at those rates over the weekend when the Forex was closed. Now, what are they right now? Back to the fractions of a penny. But what this shows you is that they can shift any moment, at any moment now. So that's a Jentel confirm, and I'm going to have more here in a second. All right, the bondholder expects to get his commission today. What he said was, and I don't know that I agree with this, but what he said was the debt needs to be dealt with first before the RV can happen. When he was asked, when do they deal with the debt? He said, today. Okay. And then he said, then that means the RV follows next week. He always thinks the RV follows next week. I don't believe that. I think everything happens at the same time. The broker, who is also a bond guy, is expecting a contract in the email today or tomorrow. And he will be paid in a currency that is not on anyone's radar. It is an established world currency, but it is not on anyone's radar. It is not one of the ones we have been talking about. I found that a bit weird. Iraq, there are people in Iraq, in the government, who have said it is done. No matter what you read, everything is done. The census is done. It's all done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's so pregnant right now. It's ready to go. Their information was also, well, we'll get to Trump in a minute. Sky, Carrie Ann, came out yesterday and said, MedBeds are live. It's just a question now of them releasing us to make appointments. And it's no longer linked to the RV. A lot of this stuff is stuff you've heard out in the public, so I'm repeating it. Anne said that she was told that the so-called Brunson case is going to be adjudicated today. It's going to be announced. It was supposed to have been announced, I guess, according to one time frame at 6:30 Pacific this morning, 9:30 Eastern. That has not happened, but last I checked, it still could happen today when they are ready. Before I get to the rest of this, I will caution you. Every Thanksgiving, the last two Thanksgiving, they have amped us up and told us to expect the best Black Friday ever. It hasn't happened. However, the news has never been anything like it is today. These last 2 years, it was a wing and a prayer and a hope. Now, let's get back to the debt and to Trump. The Iraqis believe that the RV must happen before Donald Trump takes office, because when Donald Trump takes office, he is going to throw the agreements in the water, in the trash, and make new ones, because he doesn't think the agreements are good enough and fair enough to the United States. That is what they believe. I am not saying that's true. I'm saying that's what they think. So that's why they think it has to happen now. Why would it have to happen now? Because of the Brunson case is looming. That's the connection there. I don't know if that's true. Another source said that no, it's not that. It's that Trump wants to redo the deal, which could take months, by the way. Trump wants to redo the deal because it doesn't deal with the United States national debt in a way that he likes. So how is the United States national debt of $36 trillion good? I know, Jen, I can just tell you're just dying to correct all this, but let me finish. How is that going to be dealt with? Well, I've told you many times, they can print 0.9999 pure gold or silver coin in the denomination of $36 trillion, 1 ounce coin. Take it to the Federal Reserve and say the paper debt is paid. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that because it would expose how the money system really works, and I believe they want to keep a lot of the aspects of that system in place after the flip. They do not want you to know you have $100 billion in your name waiting in the Federal Reserve banks. They don't want you to know that. And they don't want you to know that you've been lied to about that your entire life. So that's out. So what's the plan for paying off the national debt? Well, what I've been told is it's cryptos. Not necessarily just Bitcoin, but it's cryptos. That means XRP and XLM. I've been told that the thing to watch for is XRP and XLM to reach equivalent prices. Right now, XRP is about $1.54. XLM is about 58 cents. So if we get those two, which are a key part to the new financial system, a key part of the financial backbone, to get to the same rate, once they get to the same rate, they will take off. The next piece is that when they reach 100,000, and yes, I said that right, when they reach 100,000, that basically the government would buy you out of all your cryptos, whether it's Bitcoin or XRP or XLM. You notice Bitcoin is at 100,000 right now. you will have noticed that over the same weekend that they were adjusting rates on currencies, cryptos were taking off, especially XRP, XLM, and Bitcoin again. I will remind you that Elon Musk tweeted out SPQR on Saturday night. SPQR. I should have worn that shirt today. What does that mean? It's the mark of the legions of Rome, among other things. It means in the name of the Senate and the people of Rome. It's also a cryptocurrency. There are 3 different SPQR coins. I believe Elon Musk is telling people, and this is not financial advice, but I believe Elon Musk is telling people to buy SPQR coins. And I'm going to buy some of that and some Dogecoin today. Put it on my Ledger Nano S wallet. Okay. Just for the hell of it. Once XLM and XRP reach 100,000 together, the government will buy you out of it. It will become a government asset, like the railroads or something along those lines. They will buy you out of it at that fair market price. And then I was told something even more amazing, which is that the price of those coins will go to over 1.2 million per coin, which will give us sufficient Bitcoin, XRP, and XLM to retire the 36 trillion national debt, and even the 148 trillion, which is the uncovered mandates, the stuff that the government says they owe, and that's how they will pay off the national debt. And then once that happens, they will go to zero. Repeat that. All cryptocurrencies will go to zero. They will basically be taken away after the national debt is paid. By the way, this can all happen in 1 or 2 days if they wanted to. I will remind you that about 6 months ago, Jen said, I see Bitcoin going to zero. Jen was apparently right, because this appears to be a strategy. Recently, the government, at Trump's behest, has arranged so that they can pay government debts in cryptocurrencies. It's not a coincidence. So apparently, that's the plan as I understand it. So what does this mean for us and our RV? I don't know. It means it could literally happen at any time. But it does appear that in the future, there won't be cryptocurrencies in the traditional sense, at least the way we understand them so far. There may be cryptos, but there will be a few, and they will have specific functions. There's not going to be 1 million crypto coins out there. So the plan, I believe, going forward is to do all financial transactions in gold, in silver, in commodities like oil, in paper currencies, and in some extremely limited digital currencies. So I think that covers pretty much everything that I heard this weekend, some of which you did hear in public, some of which you didn't. Jen, any of that make any sense to you at all? Or
it does. It's an interesting theory. I think that it's probably like half right.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's some missing pieces there. So what I got when I was asking when you were talking is the debt paid will happen when Donald Trump wants to go to gold. He's always wanted to go to gold. That's what he's going to do.
Okay.
So the debt's going to be paid, zeroed out when that happens, because you can't pay back something that no longer exists. Okay. So all currencies at that time must be backed, or will be law that they must be backed by real assets, or, gold, silver, real things.
Okay. So that means that so then what they're going to take away is all they're going to take away the government assets like XRP and XLM, whose technology enables the instant financial transfers. That's going to be private, or only governments are going to use that. And then the ones that we're going to be trading in are only going to be asset backed. There's not going to be any.
There's something where they can have that because they're going to have that. It's going to have something real backing it. It's going to have real value. But anybody else who wants to come out, so basically the currencies are controlled by the government so that nobody can come out and start another fiat kind of currency deal. Okay. So like, well, it's backed by this and trust us, they don't want that. So that's the best way I can explain what I'm getting.
Okay.
As far as the other thing you said, about the rates changing.
Yeah.
Test rates.
Yeah. I mean, well, okay. Look, I mean, here's the screen. Here's the screen, and you can see that it showed over the weekend at 39 cents. And if you look at it's blurry here. Let me see if I can get it. Oh, shit. No. God damn it. Thanks. It deleted the photo. It showed it was an increase of 927,000%. Okay. So it was a real rate showing on investors.com. So.
Well, everybody's been asking for signs. You come here, Intel, looking for Intel as signs. Is this happening? Everybody's been praying. Show me that this is happening. Show me that this is real. Show me that this will really happen. Over and over and over again in large amounts of people. And then we get the Jentel coming out that when you see the rates rise, they will rise. This is your sign that this is real and this is happening. And that was from Jesus. Prayers answered. You guys got your sign from Jesus. That is not a fake rate. For whatever reason, if they want to test it, putting out there and see what happens, what is everybody doing? I mean, it's really happening. It's really rising.
Mm-hmm.
You got your sign. Okay? Yeah, Jesus is real. Okay? If I get anything right, ever, let it strengthen your faith. Because that's where it's coming from. It's not me. Sometimes I'm pretty clever. All right? Not that clever. All right? Also, let's do the Jentel. Okay?
Yep.
Now, today, going into the holiday weekend, lots of emotions. Really hard time for some. If you're sitting there alone and you're like, oh my God, it's another holiday I have to spend alone, make yourself something special. Go ahead, splurge. Do something. Watch your favorite, binge watch your favorite thing, whatever. It's your day. Enjoy it. But if it's too hard, remember it's just another day. It's just a Thursday. Okay? Excuse me. Every time. It's really cold up here, so screw it. Anyway, so Jentel for November 25th, 2024. This is Interdimensional Meditation. I met with Jesus, Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, Haniel, Raphael in the library on the 6th level of heaven, basically the whole team. I didn't get a lot of specific information today, but the information given makes a lot of sense. And it's basically, it's another sign. Okay? It's a pep talk from Jesus. Okay, here we go. RV News. Jesus sat down at the conference table along with my team all around. Jesus at one end, me at the other. And the first thing he said to me was, there is good news. And I'm like, oh God, good. Yes, hit me with it. He said currency rates will rise tonight. The world is about to change. And I'm sitting there at the other end until like, don't even mess with me, man. I mean, don't even.
Okay, guys, that's the show. Thank you for being here. That's all we need to know. Which,
Try
sorry.
not to cry,
Yeah, okay. Thanks. That's it. Show's over.
That's all I need, really. That's all I need. Thank you. Let's say that again. There is good news, he said. Currency rates will rise tonight. The world is about to change. And I said, will that trigger notifications? He said, if they are ready. So don't freak out about like, well, is it tomorrow? Is it the next day? Is it the next day? It's the next step. Jesus Christ has told you that the rates will raise. It's good news and the world's about to change. Just sit back and have some turkey and relax, all right?
Mm-hmm.
He said, if they are ready. He said, money is on the way to groups and bondholders when the rates change. And I said, why do they have to wait for that? And he said, because of agreed upon rates, street rates must be in range to fund. That makes a lot of sense about why these people have done their paperwork and are under NDAs and they're sitting there waiting and why? And all the misinformation goes out. Why isn't this happening? Well, it's because of this, or that. Basically, the rates need to be in range for the street rate. And I don't care if you see it or not. To fund, not to calculate, to fund, to justify the rates that they were promised. Okay?
Okay.
They have been notified of this, of the change. So all those people, the bondholders in these big groups under NDA, anybody under, they've been notified this is going to happen. And it is on its way. So I'm sitting there looking at him like, I don't want to be unfaithful. I'm hanging by a thread here, man. I'm like just totally emotional. And he looks at me and he says, the rates will change and you will be notified to exchange. He said, you will exchange. The new world is about to happen. Trust that I have made a way for you. Like, well, we're done. I guess I don't know. I can't argue with that. I mean, it's happening. It's happening. And that's Jentel for today. Are you crying over there?
Oh, if I had watched Star Trek Unification again, I would be bawling my eyes out, by the way. And I want to tell everybody to go watch that. If you've ever even watched 15 minutes of Star Trek, go watch it. It's a short film made with the cooperation of William Shatner and the Leonard Nimoy estate. And it's Captain Kirk when he arrives in heaven and the job they give him to do. And it's amazing. It's an amazing 15-minute film.
Well, I tell you, if you guys are in the conference room with me today, you'll be bawling. All right?
Yeah.
Had to choke that out.
And so, yeah, I mean, I'm really emo right now. And Jen, I know you're not even much of a Star Trek fan, but you know who Kirk and Spock and McCoy are and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I would tell you to go watch it. It's
never seen it.
Go watch.
Well, I mean, I've seen
Unification, Star Trek Unification on YouTube, and it's full of spiritual messages. So I can't believe that out of the men that I listed, I forgot Ron Davidoff. And
we love
Ron. Ron has also done things for me that he didn't need to do at all. And Ron, you're every bit as much in that group. In that group of men that I consider friends now that I've never had before. And so I just think that aspect, there's some connection to all this, and it's, you know, it's maybe abundance. Maybe it's abundance. I now have an abundance of friends where I never had any. And maybe soon I'll have an abundance of resources where I never really had any. So
a lot more than you don't even know that you even know.
Yeah. Well,
community. Angel, I mean,
and the community. And that's another thing too, is I get, you know, sometimes I'll post something here on Telegram and and I'll get messages from people that have never posted before. And, you know, I've been watching you since before Jen, and da 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 da, and I, you know, you made a big difference for me, and I never knew. I never knew that Gary Nerdrotic was hanging on every word that we were broadcasting around the election and COVID and telling people to stand up and not be afraid and not take their bullshit vaccines, and found out 4 or 5 years later, you know,
you just never know.
You make a difference that you don't even know. It's like the impact you can see is one thing. The impact you don't see is another. And so Ron Davidoff, I love you, no homo. Also Davidoff. I want to call him Davidoff because it's more sophisticated, but he says it's Davidoff, so we'll go with that.
Oh, then I've been saying it wrong. Okay.
Or Davidoff. Okay, let's do a little crosstalk about this.
Super Dave's awesome.
Super Dave's incredible, but I don't know him personally the way I know.
I don't know him personally either, but seems like a great guy.
The rates will rise tonight. The world's about to change. The rates will rise so that they're at the public rates that have been agreed to. That's phenomenal.
Yeah. So rates will rise tonight. The world is about to change. That will trigger notifications. No, I said, will that trigger notifications? Okay, let's get this straight. I did not say that will trigger notifications. Okay. The world is about to change. Jesus said, I asked, will that trigger notifications? He said, if they are ready. So if everything's ready to handle that kind of workload, yeah. Worldwide, yeah. He said, money is on the way to groups and bondholders when the rates change. Okay. And I said, why do they have to wait for that? He said, because of agreed upon rates that basically they've already had their bonds and currencies calculated. Said, okay, this is the rate that we've agreed upon, blah, 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 blah. You're going to have to wait on that. That's what they're waiting for that to get into range, to fund. Those people have been notified that this is happening.
So I assume that means governments have been notified. That's what that means. The people or the bank.
Basically, everybody waiting on payment before us who has signed an NDA. I'm assuming he didn't specify, but yeah. So
people like Wolvie.
Well, I don't want to mention any names, but Jesus said, it is on its way. The rates will change and you will be notified to exchange. You will exchange. The new world is about to begin. Trust that I have made a way for you.
Now comes the hard part. What are you going to do with it? Get ready to start thinking about that. That's what you should be spending your Thanksgiving thinking about. What am I going to do with this when I get it? I already have some plans.
Oh, I've got plans. Yeah. That's my favorite thing to think about.
I got plans too. I don't have much more to say about this. I think we'll go to questions.
It's kind of a mic drop from Jesus. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, kind of a mic drop. Yeah.
What do you add to it?
Jesus. Hey, Jesus, what do you got for me? What do you got for me today, Jesus? That's what I got for you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus. And by the way, Jesus loves hot AOC and Lauren Boebert AI pics.
Okay, don't cheapen it. All right, stop it. Jesus loves everybody. But, interesting side note, when I walked in there, guys, I told you, I don't know. Sometimes the dress has meaning.
Yeah.
The color that I'm wearing. And when I was walking up to the front of the house to go through the door and eventually into the library, I see this light pink satin. Light pink satin. And I didn't pick up on what that meant. But if you guys want to think about that, sometimes if I'm going in to get information for all of us, it could be something personal for me. It could have been that'll hit me later. Something's on the way, and it has to do with that color. It was not a bright pink. It was like a pastel, but maybe a little darker than pastel, shiny satin dress.
Okay. We have 2,216 people in the live stream today. I believe that is a new record for us. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here and for listening and for staying hopeful. And we hope, pray, and believe that that everything that we're talking about today comes true. And we're all expecting it to. And we all are believing that it's going to come true. So
I just heard think pink roses. Women out there, what is the meaning of pink roses?
I don't know. For some reason, I flashed to Jackie Kennedy in that pink dress that she was wearing on November 22nd, and the anniversary of the assassination just passed. But I don't think that's right, because they gave her red roses, not pink roses. And
happiness.
That's a whole different thing. Happiness.
Okay. It's happiness.
It's happiness. So
yes. We all need like truckloads of that. Let's do that.
I'm still hiring Cheap Trick for our Vegas party.
No, I am not. All right. I will give a little on the music. All right.
Jen won't let me have any fun.
Yes, right. I will.
All right.
Let's do that later when everybody's already.
All right. I don't know. I have a feeling that I want to keep the questions today, unless somebody rumble ranted over any other side. I want to just keep the questions to health and RV questions. Not, am I going to get this house? Not, what's my spirit guide's name?
What do you really need to know? Helpful.
Yeah. Today, I just want to keep it to health of you or your pets, your family, and RV questions that are not when is the Brunson case going to come down, but questions about what we've heard today or been hearing, or maybe that we haven't addressed. So let's do that and make it a fairly quick Q&A, and then I think we just let this day sit with us and sit back and wait and watch for everything to unfold.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, let's pop over and do a chat share. Can we do it like that? No. Can we do it like that?
All right. Somebody said Ariel on Twitter is saying that the IQD is at $10. Are we still looking at $392? You're not going to see a $10 street rate.
Not on the street, probably. No.
No. The $392 was the street rate. I saw 16 in the exchange for the average person.
Okay. Good morning, beautiful people. Let's slide on down. And again, the people that are subscribers or Rumble Red get to go first. Let's slide this over here. Let me see if I've moved it over there. And it looks like I'm looking at the camera. Jilly Good, Little Red Castle, $5 subscriber, says, Happy Thanksgiving, Mike and Jen. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, Jill. Well, do you see me purchasing water from property? We're not gonna do that today. Mike, any comments about your video of a couple days ago of the 25th Amendment removal of Joe? It's good to catch you live. No, that was a scenario I was given a week ago Monday, and it was very exciting because the people that told me that are reliable, but it did not go down that
I
way.
still don't know how that's going to go.
And it may be that they've come up with a new plan since then. It may be that what Jen's talking about is more like what's happening, and we don't.
Well, it's moving. So they're looking at what the enemy is trying to pull.
Yeah,
what they're doing, and then they're gonna, they've got every base covered.
Yeah,
whatever they do. And what's going on with World War III? Anybody?
Yeah, no, World War III is off the table right now.
Oh, that's a Jentel confirmed.
So, I mean, I think it's a question of we're just kind of waiting to see how they bring Trump into it. You did get that Trump was president before the inauguration, right? You got that before. Do you still get that?
I don't know how they're going to play this now. If everything goes smoothly, we can get the RV done. There's not a lot of backlash. All the war, it all fails. They don't try to do something major, like pull Biden out, and we might just get all the way to the inauguration and see him inaugurated.
Yeah.
Best case scenario, but let's see. It's a turbulent time. We don't know what they're going to do, how much power they have left, what's hiding in the bushes. Let's just wait and see how that rolls out.
By the way, I was going to say, I believe this scenario that Trump is going to tear up the agreements and start all over again. I believe that is not a false flag, but a red herring to force everybody who's stalling to get off their asses and get this done. I believe that personally, but that is what I was told. So
I think it's misinformation.
Okay. Well, that's what I meant. Yeah. To get this thing done. Love Trumpy Robin, Little Red Castle, $5 run subscriber says, Robin L here. In my reading, you told me I would know my soulmate. All you saw was dreamy. I would like to know what state or country does he live in. Happy Thanksgiving, Mike and Jennifer. Okay, so Robin L's soulmate, what dreamy guy, what country or state does he live in?
Kentucky
Fried Chicken. Okay, Elizabeth says, my husband Russell passed a year ago. Does he have any messages for me?
I can see you. I see you when you're talking to me. So it's muffled. So basically what he's showing me is him standing in front of you and you're sitting there talking to him in your mind or you're out loud. He's there. He's been there.
Nice. Michelle E, Little Red Castle, $5 run subscriber, says, waiting for a doctor's referral. Can you see what's going on with my stomach? Is it colitis? That's Michelle E.
No. Well, kind of. Just trying to. What is the name of that?
Michelle E.
No, I'm talking to Jesus. What is the name of that stuff when they got that in there? Yeast. It's Candida.
Oh, Candida. Okay. I don't know how you clear that up. It's like a yeast infection. Ron Davidoff says, speaking of Ron, Banknote World has a 20% discount. Use the code WD20 or call William at 949-300-7184. I guess you can still get in on it. He's friends with Ron. Hi, Jen. This is Holly. My husband was a victim of a cyber scam and lost a lot of XRP. Will he ever recover it? Well, Holly, the person to talk to is Zester Zerfos, Mark's son. He may be traveling this week because of family stuff, but link in the description to Zester's crazy Kryptonaut stuff. He can help you with that. But Jen,
I don't think so.
Yeah. You just don't ever send it anywhere at all. Okay, Janet McClellan, my Uncle Tony is in the hospital and it doesn't sound good. Do you see cancer? Thank you for all you do.
I don't want to tell somebody if they have cancer or not. That's just in a quick session like this.
Lil Barb, $1 Rumble rant, says ho. Ho, ho, ho. Okay.
Don't call me a hoe, Lil Barb.
Yeah. Pro Deck. I don't have a name. Hi, Jen and Mike. I do have a lot of currencies and need windows in my house badly. Will I get them before winter settles in?
Name again?
Crodeck. She didn't give me her name. Oh, Carolyn.
You get Windows.
BB21 says our 14-year-old, I assume dog or cat, is running around like a 3-year-old from the secret sauce, whatever they call it. Good for you. That's great. See, it works.
Oh, the animal. Okay.
Animals, yeah.
I was like, what's going on with the kid? I'm like, probably not good.
Okay, again, Dave, we just asked. I'll run David Murtos, $5 a month subscriber, wants to know if Biden's going to be removed before Trump is inaugurated for starting World War III. We just talked about that.
I don't know.
We're just not seeing it right now.
When you have like so many possibilities and moving pieces and so many people watching something happening, like, okay, what card are we going to pull? It's very hard to predict that. It's hard to slow it down and see that timeline.
Carissa says, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, 2 of my kids gave me a similar message from God Jesus this weekend regarding the RV. What's the message from God Jesus, and was it correct regarding timing? So she just wants to know if her
timing's off. I don't know about the timing, but through the mouths of babes, okay? Especially if you're a worried mother, they will send you messages through the children. You just can't like egg them on or try to get these messages. Hey, what do you think about this? Just let it come. When it comes and it's from nowhere, you listen. My kids sent me messages my whole life, and especially from their father that passed away. And so I never said, hey, you talked to Daddy lately? Nothing like that. I just let it come when it did, and I knew that it was real. And then you trust.
Debbie wants to know if her daughter Brandy, who had a second interview for a pretty good job over 2 weeks ago, will get this job, or is there something else coming her way?
There is something else coming her way. I see her financially abundant. I'm not seeing the job, but I don't think that this one works out. I see a couple other people in mind, and I think they go with a man.
Okay. Dark to Light, $5 Rumble Rant. Are the 144,000 mentioned in the Bible on Earth right now? And will they stay on the 3D Earth to live during the rise of the Antichrist?
I never really got into that. I'm not really familiar with that. Of course, in the spiritual community, I've heard about this 144,000.
Yeah.
Seems like a small number. And if there's anything coming, and a group, a size, like in that size, I'd say it's incarnated angels here to help with transition. That's what I think. So I'm not a good person to ask about that.
Lisa wants to know when she'll get into a med bed. She had a preliminary diagnosis from the pulmonary doctor, and it scared her. So, Lisa, Mama Lisa.
Lisa, you have always been okay, and you will always be okay. You've got a little something going on that you need to manage, but you will be okay. Okay? That came right through me. Yes, you will make it to a med bed. You'll be fine.
Wow. Cassandra K has 3 questions.
Okay.
Should I get dentures now, or will I have access to med beds? Okay. Will the puppy my guides promised as a channeling partner for a creative project materialize soon? So her puppies.
You get a puppy like in February, March.
Okay. Will the Oracle deck manifest?
No.
Okay. All right. Angela, $5 Rumble Rant. Thank you, Angela. Jen, do you see me retiring from my job of 28 years soon? Happy Thanksgiving to the Falah family.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. I'm like about 4 to 6 long blocks of time, and it looks like weeks. So I'd say, yeah, 4 to 6 weeks for retirement.
Victoria Adams would like to know if Wolvie's really under an NDA. Well,
That's not
he
your
says
business.
he is. So yeah, he is. And guys, I just want to remind you again, Wolvie is tier 2. He is not tier 4B like us. Keep that in mind.
I know
Tier
Wolvie personally. He is a good man. He would not lie to you ever.
Super Dave, aka Pork Chop. Mike, I didn't know Rumble was taking 20% of rents. I will start sending larger money to you and Jen directly. Well, hopefully you're not going to need to in the next couple of days, Dave, but thank you. Does
thank
Jen,
you, Dave. Yeah, love button.
Yeah, $20 Rumble rant from Super Dave. I'm just going to skip the love button joke. Just let me get it out of my head.
Hit the love button, Dave. Hit it.
Hit that love button, Dave.
I'm just trying to set Mike off.
But be careful. You might get hit in I'm not going to say that. He wants to know, will Bitcoin be going to zero? So we did discuss that. That was more on my side of the news side of things today. Will Bitcoin go to zero? You did say that before.
There will be 4 that will survive. So what I see happening, and I don't know if this makes any financial sense at all, is right now it's backed in a certain way. That will change, just like the dollar and our currency is going to be backed by something else. Mm-hmm. That will too. So there will be 4 that survive, but I don't think all the rest of them will. That's all I can say.
Will we be given a warning or an opportunity to get our assets out of cryptos before it all crashes?
I don't really, with these 4, I don't really see like a giant, and I'm not a financial advisor, disclaimer, do what you want. I don't see like it crashing and everybody losing their money. What I see is that you're notified like, oh, you have such dollars in Bitcoin. That is now going to be this amount. So you don't lose your money, but it's more, I don't know how to explain it. It's asset backed. So it's like,
it's a haircut.
Like our currency is changing. So
it's a haircut of some kind. Like,
yeah, but it's still worth the same.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe they say your Dogecoin is now going to become Ethereum, or your Ethereum is now going to become Bitcoin, something like that. Maybe that's what they'll do. Cool Raul, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber and frequent contributor. Question for Jen. Marcia and I are contemplating marriage. Will we tithe and not? Well, that's up to you guys, isn't it?
You pretty much have to ask her.
Yeah, you kind of have to ask her first, right? So, would help if you ask. Pork Chop is an awesome dude. I agree, Ron.
I think if you get married, I see a veil.
A little bit of mutual love. You know, Ron and Super Dave, if we ever have to spend 10 years in a Turkish prison, you two guys should be roommates because you seem to really like each other. Hi, Jen. Letitia here, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. My daughter, Amy, breaks out with 3 or 4 random hives every time she stays at her in-laws' spare bedroom. What is it? They have sprayed the room and washed the linens, etc. Amy breaks out in hives when she stays at her in-laws.
Do they have a cat?
Okay.
She's allergic to something in there. I don't know if that room's got like, is it an animal? I think it's an animal. Either that or they got a bedspread on it that's so old. It's deteriorating. No, I'm back at animal fur. It's something. Something was in that room.
Okay.
It could be just coming through the vents. Anyway.
Joanne Drury says, wants to know if she will see her grandkids this Christmas.
I don't think so.
Bitcoin total capitalization is 1.97 trillion. XRP has 146 billion. To cover the 36 trillion, they'll have to rise by 18 times. I think they're going to raise a lot more than that. Verhega, that's what I'm hearing anyway. Hi, Jen and Mike. Maria here. I am thankful for you both. I don't know how, but I physically feel your hearts in mine. That's sweet. Love you both. Will I be able to bless my family with Disney tickets for Christmas? That's a sneaky RV question, but we'll take it.
That's awesome. I want to do that. What was her name again?
Maria.
I don't care what people say about Disney. I get excited every time somebody says we're going to go to Disneyland. It's just like growing up in Southern California. Going to Disneyland.
David Murdos, the silver will go up. I don't know by how much. Not as much as Phil says.
I saw it going up to 60 before the end of 24, but timelines are approximate. I see it going up to an initial like 60 and holding there for a while, and then it goes like spring of this next year is what I wish. But things have shifted and taken longer now, so I don't really know what the timeline is on that, but that's what I saw.
Rex has a meeting with the owner of his company today or tomorrow. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Should he be worried?
He's going to want to see changes in you. He's trying. There's cuts. There's changes. You could survive this.
Okay. So suck it up and do what he wants, and then after the RV, just never go back. Just never call in ever again. Hi, Mike and Jen. This is Christina. Jen, does Donna or Lona have any messages for me? They both passed this past June. Lona is my grandmother, and Donna is my best friend.
That's really a full mediumship reading to do all of that. Let's see. I don't let anybody just walk in. So let's see. Which one do we want to do here?
Lona or Donna?
For Barbara.
For Christina Thompson. Christina Thompson.
I saw you wave at me. Or you did something for me. She saw you. That's all I'm getting.
That's it. Okay.
Real quick, yeah.
Barbara, $10 Rumble rant. Thank you, Barbara. Until this goes down, these Rumble rants and subscriptions are still important. So thank you, guys, all of you. Appreciate it very much. About a week ago, I was sitting in my chair at home and someone put their hand on my back. Can you tell me who it was? She felt a hand on her back.
I'm getting a niece or a nephew. That's what the connection feels like. It doesn't feel like mother, father. It feels like connected to a sibling somehow and then just down a level. So, but it does really feel more female. And I'm starting to see somebody female. But I'm also getting this guide vibe. Okay, so it could be that somebody who was your niece or nephew is your guide or something like that, or a guide and is helping you out. It really looks like a pastel dressed, very soft, high vibrational looking woman.
Okay. Super Dave says the dong will rise tonight. David Murdo says it was really cool that Gary Mitchell was in Star Trek Unification. Yes, it was. And Gary Lockwood is still alive. And that was him. He stood there and then they redid his face. And I think the message was that it was his near godlike powers that were bringing the two timelines together, which is what the story was actually not about, but that was the backbone of the story, which that was sweet. Hope the abundance of friends comes from my daughter too. She literally has she's 18 and has 0 friends. She'll have some. Happy Thanksgiving. David Murr's been watching you guys since the Casey days. Wow, that's a while back. How is Casey? I wonder. How is she doing on her dirt farm in Wyoming? Mike, you make a huge difference in your marshmallow inside. I'm not sure it's a good thing. Jen is beautiful inside and out. We appreciate you both and your hard work. Okay, Elaine says, I have some XRP in Coinbase and cannot access because I deleted the email associated with it. Do you see this being resolved? Talk to Zester. Talk to Zach Zerfos. Link in the description. Crazy Kryptonite. Get Zester to
Maybe
help
I can do that because I've got somebody telling me you got to sign up with, these different wallets and Coinbase and all that stuff and save your phrase. Do you have a phrase to retrieve your account that you saved?
Yeah, there's a phrase. You should have that too. You should have that
Maybe
too.
I should just have Zester set me up.
Yeah.
You think he's too busy?
Oh, yeah. Did you pick up any cryptos this weekend? I told you to.
No.
Go open. Do you have PayPal?
Yes.
I don't think you can get XRP and XLM in PayPal. Look, go set up a Coinbase account, buy some XRP and some XLM. You'll thank me later.
I am trying to do that. I don't even talk about the weekend. Moving on.
Got it. Carissa wants to know, is there still going to be a 1% payout at 4B? We don't know about that right now. I'm just excited about the possibility that the rates are going to show up.
This is why they've paired up with the big banks, not only for money movement into regular bank accounts that you can use from your treasury account. They had to be big enough to be able to access that. But I've always saw the 1% was basically given until we went to gold. So they calculate in fiat what you've got. They turn that into notes, put it in your treasury account. Then from there, the big bank like Wells Fargo says, I'd like money now, please. So we can loan you up to 1% advance, and we can put that back into fiat in this holding account. And you can use that until such time as we have the public RV and either the announcement of going to gold or whatever that where the USTN note becomes a legitimate currency that can be used on the street. Then everything opens up. And, the bank basically pay back whatever you used, and you can transfer over freely. So that's what I saw with the 1%.
Carrie, $10 Rumble Rant says, do you see me in a new home in 2024, 2025?
I need to move over to the YouTube because I got to get going.
Yeah, pink roses symbolize gratitude, joy, and admiration. Fraud Exposed is now a monthly subscriber. $5 Rumble Rant.
Thank you.
Okay, Melanie says both my daughters fell for the propaganda and virtue signaling and took the jab. Does Jesus say if they both will they both get to be moms one day? She's just looking out for the health of her daughters. Okay. Jen, there's a couple that are they're hospital things, so I've got to try to ask you about them. There's a little fellow by the name of Colin who's in Columbus Children's Hospital. He's very ill. We're praying for him. What do the angels say about his recovery? They believe he's deaf. Colin, little guy in Children's Hospital. Let's send some prayers for him to get fully recovered.
Let's just pray for him. If it's somebody you heard about on the internet or on the news, I'm not going to be able to look and give you information about his health unless you're connected to him. It's not looking good.
Sarah Sarah with an H. I have a dark blister on my left hip buttocks. It hurts all the way down my leg. What kind of spider bite is it? Maybe brown recluse. Look, Sarah, go to the hospital. Because if it's a brown recluse, they can do something about it. But they have to get on it right away. Go to the hospital. And try to make it sound more terrifying than it is. Like if I have to go to the emergency room, which I've rarely done, but if something's going on, I always tell them I think I'm having a stroke, and they get me in right away. So tell them whatever it takes.
They're like, the stroke dude's here again.
Jojo has a $10 Rumble rant. Thank you. Okay. Do you see our house in Spokane Valley getting an offer? And happy Thanksgiving, she says. Jojo.
Yeah. Mid-December. I'm looking at like the 13th or something like that. Joanne. All right, I really do have to go. Whether people want to ask me a million questions over and over again, do you want to get over to?
Yeah, Shaylin just wants to know if she's going to be in a relationship in the near future. Shaylin, Shealyn.
Several. Sounds like something really picks up for you. You eventually settle down.
Weezer, I thought the debt was supposed to be wiped out with debt jubilee. That's what this will be. That's what it will be. It'll be a debt jubilee. That's what the current crypto thing will do. 39-cent Dong, can't wait. Yep. Gold-backed currencies. We'll still need the government to be involved. Yep. Not to complain about Dong, but I figured it would be higher. Remember, this is the public rate or a public rate where it starts. It can go higher than that. Christine says, I too have never had any female friends. Now that I have my chat groups here and on Facebook, my Windows chat groups, I'm blessed to have so many now. That's a really
I love you, Christine.
Just say that's a really sweet thing to say. And we forget that these things that we do are like a community. You know, it's like a community. So except for the douchebags that come in and want to just cause trouble and bash on Wolvie and stuff.
It's like kicking a puppy. Remember that.
Seriously.
When it comes to Wolvie. Not that he's a wimp or anything, but I'm saying
he's just a sweet. It's like, why would you kick it?
Oh, look, a Cocker Spaniel puppy. Let's kick it. You know, like
yeah.
The hell.
Matt Ellen says, Matt rocks. I have a standing monthly order with the CBD Gurus. The products are awesome, and knowing they come from such a great company makes it feel any better. Not just a great company, but a great man, a great human being, a great, wonderful person.
Yeah, Mike and I were talking about it. I'm like, can you imagine going camping with those guys?
God, no. Camping, no.
I love camping.
The original name for Washington, D.C. was Rome? Really? I didn't know that. It's hard. It's rare that you can find something I didn't already know, but yeah. That is amazing. Looking for the world is about to change. Yes, it is. Just as Jen sees Jesus and the angels, Carrie Ann had the military in front of her, as I felt it. So you think Carrie's getting the right news. That's good. That is great. That's the one about the Dong or the dinar being 10. Weezer, Jen, this is Lisa. My mom, Laura Lee, is dying. Nothing to be done. Can you give me an approximate time frame when Jesus brings her home? Nope. Can't do that. Sorry.
Not fair to ask. I'm so sorry about your mom.
Yeah. Your wealth is measured by your friends. You have 2.28 friends. Spock would tell you emotions are illogical. Yeah. I was a Kirk guy, though. Okay. Barb says, my father-in-law, Leon, is having a hard time with the AIDS at his nursing home. Should we look for a different place? Would he be happier somewhere else?
Those aides need to be put on probation. You need to inform the head of that place about this, and it will change. and then you won't have to move. If something needs to be done, you can't just accept that behavior and let it go.
Okay. Lisa wants to know if her dogs are well and happy, and if I will be reunited with them by the end of the year. Piper, Diesel, Alita, and Ruger. Wow, 4 dogs.
Thinking sometime early January, yeah. One of them's getting kind of old, though, I think. I don't know if it's Ruger or this, the second to last. Moving kind of slow, but yeah, I think they're all alive.
Lady Di says, Jen, I fired another lawyer who is representing me for guardianship of my mom. Which lawyer do you think will be the best for my case? An out-of-town lawyer like Juan Z, or an in-town lawyer like Rudy S?
Rudy S.
Rudy S is the way to go. Gina wants to know how her brother Mikey is doing on the other side. They're usually doing great on the other side.
He's very active. He's doing all kinds of physical things, like playing tennis or something. That's what it looks like. He's fine. He's doing lots of things. Looks very happy.
Thomas Klein says, my dog Buddy had to be put to sleep 4 weeks ago. I'm very sorry. He had a cancer. It was the hardest thing I ever had to do. Is he okay? Does he have a message for me? I miss him a lot, Buddy.
He's looking up at you right now. Like, what?
He's like, dude, I'm right here.
Animals are interesting. It's really interesting. I know you did your best, Dad. It translated. That's what it feels like. I know you did your best for me.
Mindy, can you see what's wrong with my Himalayan cat Dorian? He's been to the vet. They think it might be neurological. When he meows, it's really loud, and his head wobbles back and forth.
It's his ears.
His ears. Get his ears.
They're all clogged up, and I don't know if that's infection, but it just looks like they're really stuffed up.
Okay, get his ears. Get him on some kitty Sudafed.
Can't hear.
Get him on some kitty food.
It's kind of like when you're walking around with music and earbuds in your ears and you're talking really loud to everybody.
Yeah, and you don't realize it. All right. Frederica, when I go to Atlanta, Vincent's daughter Ebony is meant to be moving in. Do you see any issues or drama? I can barely tolerate my own kids. I like
she's
them.
She's pretty quiet, and she's not there very much at all.
Okay. And yeah, the Star Trek clip is amazing. You want to give yourself a great gift, whether you're a Star Trek fan or not. Watch Star Trek Unification, Stardate 75 something on YouTube. It is a beautiful vision of heaven, and the acting and everything. It's AI, but it's phenomenal, and it will if it doesn't make you shed a tear, you aren't breathing. So, all right, guys, that is going to wrap it up. Jen, thank you so much. I will be back tomorrow night for Toxically Masculine Tuesday, where there will be no talk of tears or Star Trek or anything like that. That's going to make Mike cry. It will be completely macho and masculine. And I will be back on Wednesday for a pre-Thanksgiving show. Hopefully, I have some fun things to talk about. And I think we'll actually show that little clip just for everybody who hasn't seen it yet. But thanks for being here. Jen, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'm sure we'll be talking over the next couple of days. And thank you for being here. Thanks for the Jentel. And everybody have a wonderful Monday.
Happy Thanksgiving.